Hello, 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 mi gente, and welcome to This Latina Travels. My name is Bianca Alba, and I finally caved in and decided it's time to share my journey, my travels, and tips that I wish someone would have shared with me. I'm hella excited and also mad nervous about this. I mean, not for nothing, but I'm about to share pieces of my life with you that are personal. But as I reflect on these past years, and particularly these last 5, I can't help but smile, because as ironic as it sounds, I'm not the same person I was 5 years ago. And I can only hope by sharing my story with you, I can encourage you or assure you that you are not alone. Now, by no means am I a relationship expert, travel expert, or life expert. I'm just a first generation Latina that is kicking butt in this thing we call life. So before I get into the good stuff, let me tell you a little about myself. I'm a proud Latina from the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, or what we call the DMV. What? No tengo acento, pero mi primer idioma siempre será el español. I don't have an accent, but my first language will always be Spanish. I was born in Cochabamba, Bolivia, but my parents and I came to the States when I was a baby, 6 months to be exact. And since then, Northern Virginia has always been home. I currently reside in La Isla del Encanto, aka Puerto Rico. Wepa to all my Boricuas listening. And I work as a public health advisor for the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC. And how I got here? Well, that's an episode for another time. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I love to travel. I'm passionate about my career, hashtag Team Public Health, and I recently became a foster fail and adopted 2 of the cutest puppies, Simba and Nala. I can truly say I'm living my best life. But see, it wasn't like that for many years. And that's where the title of today's podcast comes in. When you stopped loving me, I learned how to make myself a priority. And in Spanish, cuando me paraste de amar, aprendí a hacerme una prioridad. Because, let's face it, everything sounds better in Spanish. So you see, I was in a serious relationship for about 6 years, and in my eyes, everything was fine. I thought he was it. He was the one. But God and life had other plans, and little did I know that ending that relationship would allow me to see how much I'm really worth. Let me say that one more time for the people in the back. Ending that relationship would allow me to see how much I'm really worth. But let me keep it real. I truly was happy. And I can honestly say that we were in love. We were also young and did many stupid things. But overall, when I reflect on those years, I was happy, respected, and built a friendship that I cherished for a long time. But relationships are work. And I mean this with all types of relationships, family, friends, etc. And something I learned about relationships was it can never be 70 to 100. What does that mean? Well, that one person can't be giving more than the other. If someone is always giving and you aren't getting your cup filled, sis, trust me when I say this, you do start feeling empty. And that's exactly what happened to me almost 6 years into that relationship. I was giving 100% and more to someone who was barely giving me 70. It took time for me to realize and admit it. But one day, I just had enough. I knew I deserved 100%. And as much as it hurt because I still loved him, I couldn't be with someone who wasn't going to match what I was willing to give. The first year that I was single was a dark, depressing, and painful year. That year made me question a lot about my character. What could I have done better? Was it my fault? And then when I found out he moved on within a couple months of us separating from a 6-year relationship, I questioned my appearance, my personality. So let's just say it was a lot for year 1. But I share this with you not for any type of pity, but to let you know it's okay to feel all those emotions, but it's up to you to figure out what you're going to do about it. So what did I do? One way or another, I was going to get a fresh start. My faith saved me during some of the darkest moments of my life. I accepted a position that relocated me to a whole new state in a whole new time zone. I began to pray to a God I didn't really know existed. I listened to worship songs that opened wounds, but also healed my soul. I started dancing salsa like no one was watching in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I know, right? Salsa in New Mexico. And then I was given the opportunity of a lifetime. I took a job offer in San Juan, Puerto Rico. God is so good because when one chapter closes, another bigger and better one awaits. I learned that life is too short to wonder what if. Every day is an adventure, hence why my love for travel has grown. It's crazy. I still can't believe I've traveled to 6 out of the 7 continents, 18 countries to be exact, and I'm just 31, y'all. My goal through this podcast is to share the wealth that I've gathered through my experiences in these countries, the information that isn't easily found online, and information I wish someone would have told me. I want to utilize the hashtag This Latina Travels because I want more women that look like me to explore this world. So, what are you waiting for? Lastly, I want to end this episode by telling you all that forgiveness is key to a happy heart. Years later, I can tell you I have completely forgiven him. Most importantly, I have forgiven myself. It didn't happen overnight, but when I did, this heavy weight that I had on my shoulders was finally lifted. I hope you enjoyed listening to episode 0. It was short and simple, and that's what I want these episodes to be like. I also want to make sure, as listeners, you have some takeaway points. So here goes. 1. Love yourself before anything. 2. Don't let society paint a picture that you have to be in a relationship to be happy. 3. Learn to forgive. And trust me, this one is a lifelong work in progress. With that, I leave you. Until next time, mi gente. Don't forget to leave me a rating, a comment, but most importantly, subscribe and share this with a friend. Feel free to contact me if you have any questions via email at thislatinaTravels@gmail.com or on Instagram at thislatinaTravels. I hope you're ready for this journey because I sure can't wait to tell you more about why this Latina travels.